Alpha. Good evening, how you doing all? Thank you for being here. I'm waiting for Tanya, she's in the middle of traffic, but English, no? Well, thank you for all the support that we've been going through all of this, through these days. Thank you so much for the beautiful decorations that you guys did, so that's very nice. Unfortunately, I want to wait to see if Tanya is nearby. Now we have to call, so we don't want to keep you guys waiting here. Now we will call.
No, she's not.
Hola. Ay, ¿qué ha hecho?
Tengo un tratamiento.
Bueno, tranquila, qué lindo verte. ¿Cómo estás?
Bien. Hola, buenas noches.
¿No? ¿She's not answering?
No.
¿Cómo está Raúl?
Sí, estoy. No lo sé de cara. Mira, voy a buscar un banano y ven.
Bueno.
Eso, porque me he almorzado.
Da, tranquila.
Ya ven.
Bueno.
Hey, well, since this is outside of the meeting anyways, would it be okay if I do a quickie presentation?
Oh, for sure.
Esto era lo que me quería hacer, lo descaraba antes, ¿verdad? So we'll have it on the record. So if they ever decide to get cute, you'll have this for the building records.
But that has to be in the minutes.
Well, yeah.
Once we begin?
Yeah, well, I'll have this to you, pero eso para tenerlo para el video de...
Okay.
Y para que tú lo
Oh,
tengas
that's why
después.
you are going to record?
Sí,
Ah,
como siempre.
perfecto, buenísimo.
Okay, last year, Michael Horida and Stephen Woodson, they tried to cook up a scheme where they tried to say that I hacked into the system. Give you guys a lot of records on all this. The first day when you guys were in the office, Elsa called me up and had me come down and gave me permission to get to the system, and you guys also gave me permission, me and Daniel. I never got anything in writing, but the closest I got was an email from Elsa where she told that I shouldn't waste my time with going after Michael and Horida. It wasn't worth it, they didn't have any money, that this was all for the building. But when I saw this, I knew I had to do something. I couldn't just sit on my laurels. They tried to attack me multiple times.
After that?
Well, no, it was all during this. They tried to rope in the building into this mess. So.
And just to clarify to all of you, the reason that incident happened was because when we got inside of the office, unfortunately, files were not there. Computer didn't have no password. External drive was not there. We were requesting several times, for the password, and we could not get it. So that's why we all had to call Raul, and he came and he did a big amount of help to us, assisting us to get information. We didn't have anything in this office. So that's how we began the journey. So yeah.
Personally, I wouldn't bother with Horida and Michael. This is Elsa to me. No need for written permission. Evan Spivak was present when I asked you to come help us. He's a fellow from ASG. He wasn't very helpful until I showed up. And suddenly, passwords started getting found. Well, PIN numbers started getting found.
Yeah.
If you feel that working further will be an issue, I understand. But the information that we are gathering is to collectively take to the authorities, not for anything that anyone wants to pursue for personal reasons. This is all about Bayshore. I hope this helps. Sincerely, Elsa Emily Holm. I basically wanted a written copy of the permissions that I was given that day, so if this ever did come to trial, they wouldn't be able to say, oh look, the hacker, he wandered in, he was just regurgitating files that he'd stolen. I never hacked into this place, and this way you guys have a nice clean copy.
Of course. Thank you, Raul.
well, this is part of a prior scam of Michael. They set up this is when he got apartment 704, and the tax fraud they committed, and that was on the record. They committed a 1031 exchange for apartment 704. That's all you can keep that lady can read out there. When I discovered all this as I was going through the records, I had to extract the emails from the computer. And these guys, they gave us no information or nothing. We couldn't even do the searches for the old email. You tried searching, and it was all frozen up. So I had to do an extraction, and I got permission from you guys to spread it around to a few others to help pull the emails out and pull the documents out. There was just so much stuff there, so much that it was an insurmountable job for me by myself. Lots of hands on make that fast work. I provided Stefan 17 pages of information that showed that Michael and Jorida, Britt and Paula, and an owner, a previous owner of the building, they'd given me all the email addresses that they said that I had hacked out of their system. I had these emails from years ago, and I just piled them all together and sent out an email telling everyone in the building about their legal Airbnbs, their stolen, the unit, the one that they'd given to the mother-in-law, and basically laid out the whole mess in one big swoop and sent it out to the whole building over the course of a night. And it was 164 emails. 125 of them were good after they came back from bounce backs and whatnot. And that was the basis of their two legal complaints against me. They tried to sue me. They tried 2 lawsuits, but they never carried them out. But I saw them in the computer as I was going through all their stuff. They had a lawsuit on behalf of Bayshore for the hack that never happened, and for defaming him because I dared to speak about when he got arrested for a grand theft. I also put an explanation about the arrest. I wasn't just, oh look, he was arrested. No, he was arrested, he was acquitted, and all that stuff. But they decided to try and make that out to, I was saying that, oh, he got busted, he got arrested, he got this, he got that. No, it was an explanation by a lawyer that explained what had happened in his case. That was part of the defamation law. It was nonsense. And here I sent an email talking about that are given Stefan. Were you able to copy the printout I gave you this morning of Jorida Mana's litigation threats and baseless accusations? Those are the 17 pages I was talking about. I also provided proof of her lies that neither she nor her husband ever divulged other Bayshore owners' email addresses to me at any time. I find her words, her demeanor, and her stunning ignorance of the basics of condo management to be truly appalling. Thank you for your time and prompt response. Sincerely yours, Raul Dominguez. And the rest of it's just the beginning part of when they complained to me at Jorida, said that she had gotten emails from 5 owners that they were getting emails from somebody, and she was saying that I'd hacked into the system and all that stuff. You can read that later. This is when you're talking about the backup that was stolen. This was a copy of the last backup. This is from the day before the judgment came down. This is September 24th. The judgment came down September 25th. There's almost 30 gigabytes worth of files.
That was part of the information that were done.
30 gigabytes, that's a lot of data. There are printouts in the mail room. This one I'm not gonna put up because I'm still not sure if this is actually his son or not. But this is one of the reasons why I was so worried about the theft of the data. If you're interested in this, you can ask in the office, and they'll show it to you, guys. Esto era prueba de la familia, que para ver que no sacaste del aire, esto era que vi que estaba ahí combinaciones con el hijo y la esposa y la ex esposa que estaba divorciada. I have here some searches when I was looking up some old emails that they were claiming that they were from the office, but they were actually from Michael and Jorida, and they were trying to pass them off as official emails from the building, and they were basically lies against the Bayshore group, and we were trying to get together against them, and about the $8 million assessment, about the balconies. It was a little choppy video where he tried to show that the balconies were coming apart, and it was just a little dribble of water that came out after they drilled into it in one spot. That was after a few days of heavy rain, and all that came out was a little dribble of clean water. I posted a video explaining that when it's normally really waterlogged and you punch in, you're gonna get a gush of rusty water and all sorts of crap coming out, and that wasn't even close to what came out of the wall. That was just them trying to scare us. Esta era más información. Aquí no estaba los nombres de la esposa y todas esas cosas. Puedo ver que es el hijo, pero no estoy seguro, eso no. Pero ahí lo tengo para los records. This was a ranting email, long ranting email from Stephen Woodson to Jorida, complaining about all the time that he wasted on Airbnb and other sort of things, while on all of our collective dimes. Él estaba ganando $65,000 al año, ¿no? I think he was making $65,000 a year. Something like that.
Yeah, about.
Okay. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's really long, but I guess the first line says it all. To Jorida. This is BS. Jorida. Rafael is putting his friends up saying I am not around, when in actuality he is one who is never around. You know how many times he has had to leave to go do personal stuff, and I told him don't go, where he would go for 4 hours, and I would say nothing, please. I don't leave this office to do my own personal stuff unless emergency, sickness, or vacate. I'm here, I'm away too much, and blah 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 blah. Another line is, Rafael is the one always missing. He is working his jobs, making money, and I now spend 70% of my time covering Airbnb concierge service. It was 50%. I do not complain. And more blah 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 than Rafael. If you want, you can ask them and they'll give you the rest. It's another page, just him whining a little.
Sí, todo bien.
I have here a couple of pictures from the screen captures of Stephen Woodson when he was walking off with all our documents and probably the backup drive. Era seis cajas de información. It was six boxes of documents.
6 boxes with all the information.
And a little hard drive. That's him putting up the boxes in the trunk of his car. Of the many times that they tried to set me up for the hack that never happened, the numbers kept going up. And the last one, this is the one that alarmed me. They spent several days going back and forth with AT&T, and they were given an estimate of $41,000 to dig into the computer and the security logs for the hack that never happened. They're trying to set me up, and you know when the numbers get this big, people will find something just to justify the money. Probably not, it's AT&T, but still, they were you know crapping on my name, because I used to fix computers. I cleaned up after messes like this, and they tried to use that knowledge against me. Didn't help. They still got kicked out, but. This was the first thing that they ever got. This was a couple of days after they tried to set me up for the hack. They bought a little security box, and it's $160 some a month for cyber security, that wasn't really needed, but you know, they had to cover themselves. And here was the email. I found this in the draft folder, and then later on I found that they had been sending it back and forth. This was back in March of this year. Now, the original lawsuit that they were going to try to hit me with was back in December of last year, and they saw from the evidence that I gave them that there was not a chance in hell. It was all nonsense, and Stephen Woodson was still trying to push the lie. So he sent this knowing full well, after giving him all the proof and everything, in December of 2018. In March of 2019, he sent this email. Jonathan, this is a high-up fellow in ASG. Sorry for the delay on this. First, 127 email addresses were stolen out of CINC. That's the accounting and condo management service that ASG uses. It's used with a whole lot of other associations. Okay, first 127 email addresses were stolen out of CINC. That is what was stated again, third hand. Number of email addresses is not random. That number they pulled it out of the file. But pretty factual, very technical. The goal is to determine how he hacked into the CINC server and accessed Bayshore email information. There are a number of ways to accomplish this. Second, Raul has come to me and we speak very in-depth about computer. He told me once about one of his jobs was clearing up after hackers. With that knowledge, it would not be hard to hack the CINC server and gather information he wanted. There is a log file that gathers transactions on the server logins and much related data on each computer that accesses CINC data. We need permission for a cybersecurity incident company to do the research and confirm our belief. Third, there are at least 4 or 5 owners who have received emails from Raul and his crew that did not give out or nor grant permission to use it. That was nonsense. I saw one complaint, and then later on another little complaint. Who is this guy? So they pulled the 4 or 5 out of there. The owners went directly to the board of directors, questioning why we gave out their email addresses to use for propaganda. They are angry that they are part of these lists now without their permission. I believe he wanted to test the waters by releasing a few at a time in each email. Apparently he had forgotten that I had sent that out to the entire building. Fourth, he got threatened by a board of director member, Orida Mana, that if he used 127 email addresses to send that information illegally because he stole them, that's his words, Stefan, that Bayshore would do a forensic audit and find him, then prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. After that, no more emails. I didn't have to send any more emails because I had sent out the complaint to everyone and I sent out the Dropbox links. So everybody had all the information. Everything. And after that, no more emails. But more importantly, he is selling his unit and is pushing hard and fast to get the unit on the market. You know that I got sick and tired of all the nonsense in the building and I want it out. And so they waited until March to try and feed this bullcrap. And I think he is fully aware that if we do the audit, by nature of him accessing CINC and not only Bayshore, but having access to other communities' information, and that each community can go after him individually. This is them trying to set me up with all the other associations that are hooked into that system. They're basically trying to set me up for a monumental super hack. At least we are clear on the fact here at Bayshore. Once a forensic audit was mentioned, he has been working hard and fast to sell his unit and move out as soon as possible. You can see it's December, I'm still here. And the only reason I haven't been able to sell is because the title was filthy by the shenanigans of the previous board. And I believe Raul did hack the CINC server. The question is, which method did he use to access 127 email addresses? Their sloppiness gave me the email addresses years ago. Once a forensic audit is completed, we will know exactly how and what else he might have touched. The board of directors is on board and wants the audit done. We need your authorization to proceed because of the sensitivity of the process. It is a CINC server. CINC representative did tell me that with proper authorization, the log file and specific other data could be gathered for the forensic audit receipt. Before we seek to perform a forensic audit, the team leader on the incident team is more than willing to speak to you on any questions you may have. Thanks in advance, Stephen Woods. This continues, this is the email chain. Jonathan Lewis, he is the CEO of ASG. I'm responding to Stefan. This was back in February of 2013. Apparently this is like back and forth from December, and Stefan was adding up. He tended to do that. He would email himself stuff so he'd have it on the system. What exactly was hacked, and what did you hear? I need some specifics, please. Sincerely, and then Jonathan Lewis, CMCA, AMS, LSM, PCAM, Chairman and CEO, Association Specialty Group. Please excuse typos and spellings, as this was sent from a mobile phone. And then we have Stephen Woods responding to Jonathan. This is from February, February 25th of last year, this year, sorry, of 2019. Jonathan, good day. With a strong belief from others here on property about the question of a CINC server being hacked and 127 emails being taken, it is clear to me that something happened. To what extent, I am not sure, but an analysis I feel needs to be done. Our board of directors is on board with moving forward with a forensic analysis. I spoke to CINC some weeks ago, and they told me it would require written authorization to access logs and other related data. A forensic analysis might become sensitive based where the audit leads and what data may be required to review for the audit. I met with Ryan from Internet Response for AT&T Cybersecurity Division last week, and he said there would be a need for you to give authorization to access these logs to complete the audit. They would need to go back in time 90 to 120 days. I'm looking at November as one of the key months that the breach occurred. November is important because this was around the time I was originally asking the lawyer, Patel, for more documentation from the building. I'd gotten a huge data dump from them back in April of last year. I showed up at the office, I scanned 400 some odd pages of documents, 500 some odd pages of documents, and that was in the Dropbox links that I gave to everyone in the building. So everyone had access to all those documents, and I guess they didn't want me to come back in again. There were a whole lot of excuses they came up with, and this was the end result of all that. And so that's why they mentioned November. They would need to go back in time 90 to 120 days. I'm looking at November as one of the key months that the breach occurred. Ryan said they can ascertain what did or did not happen in a week or less. He feels in a few days, actually, he can access the data easily. Jonathan, Ryan with AT&T is absolutely no problem setting up a conference call to discuss this more in depth. I'm asking for your permission for Ryan's team to access the logs in the CINC servers to begin the process as it relates to Bayshore Yacht and Tennis Park. Please let me know your thoughts so we can see how this process can move forward. Thanks in advance. And this was something that they cooked up back in January of this year, January 3rd, 2019. This is a response that they were going to send to one of my many requests for documentation, but they changed it at the instruction of Patel, and they went with a cleaner response. This is Stephen Woodson to Misha Patel, and also to Michael and to Horida. Subject: response to Raul Dominguez's request. Michelle, here is a response to Raul's request. With the recent hack into ASG servers / computer systems and sensitive information was abstracted, a thorough forensic investigation has been launched to determine the source of the breach. There has been a moratorium placed on records requests until this investigation has been completed and those involved are prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Any problem with the verbiage in this? If not, please use to respond to them. Apparently they walked them down, and this was not the response I got. We all got a more bland response. They tried to use me as an excuse to no longer hand out any more information because of a hack. This was after I had given Stefan the 17 pages showing that I had gotten emails from previous board members and office workers and a unit owner. And this was one of the complaints. I was thinking of making a t-shirt out of it, but I decided against it. I don't know, it just didn't look nice. But basically it says, the Bayshore hacker, so good even turned off PCs are not safe. This is in reference to a comment from one of the technicians from the CANC that said at the date in question, the computer that it supposedly hacked into, it wasn't even on at the time. So apparently I'm a magician, you can hack into computers that are off. But again, this is one of the many scams that the previous board tried to do to shut up and silence other owners. Another one got sued, almost got sued, and the numbers just kept going up and up and up while they're trying to find someone to lie on their behalf and set me up for God knows what. Thank you.
Thank you, Raul. And thank you for all the help that we have received from you, because actually we really need that kind of help, you know, being in that office basically with nothing on hands. We are going to begin the meeting. It is 6:41. Tanya and I, yes.
What's her name?
Who?
You.
My name is Alexandra Laspriella.
Ah, okay.
Okay, and Tanya Sobero.
Yeah, we know Tanya, but we don't know any other.
Okay, I'm Alexandra and I'm the vice president.
Okay.
Elsa Hall was the president.
Tanya.
And we spoke to Shelly, but we don't know who she is.
Shelly is right there.
Yesterday we spoke to
She
Shelly.
has been also helping a lot behind the cameras. I mean, behind the scenes as other people that has been working here. Elsa has been working very hard with us, putting a lot of time, a lot of hours, working in the office, working in her apartment. We all have been doing that. Unfortunately, her health is an issue right now, so she has to step down. As you guys know, this is a volunteer work.
Yes.
So of course, health goes first, family goes first, and right now we are here, Tanya and I, working, and we asked Shelly if she can move forward as a president, and thank God she agrees. So we present the resignation letter from Elsa that basically is stepping down because of her health issues, okay? No. Now we will appoint and I motion Shelly Orjuela as a new member of Board of Directors. Tanya, do you agree?
Of course, I agree.
I'm agreed as Shelly having been as a president of Bayshore, of the board of Bayshore. We will the president not of the United States of the
¿Quién sabe?
yeah, we never know. So we will motion Shelly as a president. We will motion Shelly as a president, and we adjourn the time to finish this. I motion, you motion, at 6:44.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Please bear with us. We are new. We haven't done this before. We're trying to do our best. But just to let you know that we are trying very hard to take this building out of the crisis. And now with Mrs. President here.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Yo también conozco a Shelly, me ha soportado mucho. Yo soy Marina
¿Cómo
Borjas.
estás?
¿Cómo estás?
Okay.
Siempre me ha apoyado bastante en la información, entonces por supuesto que sí.
El texto, yeah.
Sí.
Well, we try our best for everybody.
Yes.
We're here, like Alexandra and Tanya said, it's not easy, you know, especially now somebody has stepped down. We appreciate all your help prior, because we started from a long time ago. And let's try together. There are going to be many changes for good for the building. There's a lot of things we need to work on, and we need to kind of catch up in many things for the best. we hope that with everybody's help and understanding, if anybody has an issue, a problem, we will try our best to address everybody's concerns. We know what is the biggest concern of the building. Everybody has it very clear. We're just trying to move forward. And like I always say, this is a hidden gem. Bayshore is a hidden gem. Everybody wants it, but we try very hard, to not let it go so easy. And together we'll just try our best till new elections. Okay?
Yeah, elections will be in March. And, hopefully, let's see if from now on, we will do some changes here. As you all know, here is the big issue right here is money.
Yes.
And in February 1st, we would love to have more people. People needs to know. People needs to be present. Because of lack of the meetings here, like 3 or 5 people, that's what happened. And I'm including myself.
Yes, the
Of
problem
being,
in our case is we don't live here. So
You don't
we
live
are
We try to come as
often
often as we can, but being very far away sometimes it's not so
not
easy
easy.
to come. So we have spoke to Tanya last time we came here, and well, yesterday we spoke to Shelly to be a little more aware of what's going
Of
on.
course,
Yeah.
in the WhatsApp
In the
group,
WhatsApp
we're
group, we
present
are
all the time.
present there.
I guess the best way to continue communicating is like, if you change your email, if you change your phone, maybe just shoot us an email. We're still kind of working back and forth what's gonna be the final email for Bayshore because we had a few that has been going out. So we don't wanna drive owners kind of crazy with too many emails. We want to kind of set it up to one. Once we have that standard, then we will just go with that flow. But if you do change it, then let us know so we can give you all the updates besides water. Besides the water that used to be in the past,
If you want, state the email, because when I put this on
We
YouTube.
don't have it yet.
Oh, you don't know?
We do have, but we don't have it confirmed yet. So, once we have that confirmed by next week, then we're just gonna move forward with that one.
Okay.
and we will have a big meeting. This was actually like kind of an emergency meeting because of Elsa's stepping down. But in February, we will have a big meeting. Hopefully, people, February 1st. I'm sorry, not January. We don't know exactly the date, but we'll be at the beginning of January. We will have a big meeting, actually putting a lot of things together, explaining what we have been doing, what is the plan, and it will be more and more of information that will be at the beginning of January. Hopefully people will show up because a lot of things has to be changed here. A lot of things.
So
Yes.
we want to be here. We are heading back home tomorrow.
Okay.
So will you send an email to everybody?
Of course, we will
letting us
send.
know?
We will send a letter, and please, since you guys live out, could you please? We want to verify after everything is done, your address, your email, and everything, because we want to make sure everybody will get that information, so people show up.
Okay.
We need the support of the unit owners. We need it. Without you guys, it's nothing that we can do. It's nothing basically. And something that I learned, and I hope everybody will learn from this experience of millions of dollars lost, is because we were sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay, it is actually our fault, okay, that we permit that others took and disappear the money that we already paid, okay? So please be on top of us. Your eyes needs to be on top of these 3 ladies here, because that's what we need to do from now on. Whatever board comes here at Bayshore, the unit owners need to be on top of whoever is sitting in that office. That's my recommendation to all of you. And I'm telling you, be on top of us. Ask questions. You asking for this? Why you asking for that? You doing this? Why you doing that? That's the only way. We were like asleep. and including myself. I mean, I was very busy in my business and never came here unless, to drop the check and pay to get my money lost. So it is too sad. But listen, past is past. Let's move forward and let's take this building out. It's a beautiful building, okay? It's a great location. And listen, with honest, how you say claridad? Transparency, we will take this out. Every penny, you guys will see it. We already, even though with the money that we've been getting, we've been paying bills behind. These people were behind for everything, okay? Everything was behind. And with the money that we've been receiving, thank God, we've been paying everybody. But listen, hasn't been easy. It seems like a conspiracy, Tanya said. Everybody is asking for the money. Everybody. I think even the dead people came out of the tombs to ask for money. No, I mean, it's incredible. You guys, you don't know. And we will love that people, and I don't know if you will put that so people will see it, okay? We've been doing miracles here with the money that we've been receiving. But we already proved in these past 2 months that if we manage that money like this, we will promise you that we will get out. We will get out of this hole that we are right now. It is a big hole, and it's not easy because it is money and legal issues. The amount of money in legal expenses is ridiculous. That's where our money went. I mean, when, and I don't know where other, no? But it's ridiculous, the amount of money. That is so sad. But anyways, it's a little something that we can, but now at the beginning of January, we will be more clarified with more information to all of you. And please, if you know someone or whoever, please let unit owners to show up. And please, if you know anyone in this building that hasn't paid, ask them to come and pay. Their money is going in the right direction, and now it's not an excuse for people not to pay. Thank God, some of the unit owners didn't pay, okay? And we've been getting that money, and with that money, we've been paying people, okay? But now, there is no excuse for people not to pay.
I recommend everybody that put auto payment. Auto payment is the best way to pay anything. I don't have the worry of pay anything. All my payment, I don't spend in the stamp. I work for something anywhere. But
Not a good.
but I pay everything in auto pay. You have peace of mind. Now, then if you know somebody else that can help with that, because if you pass, then you are the risk of being late and have started going around with the money. And people come here and put the check in there with let's say they put the first or whatever month, and then they put drop in there the 10th when it's already late. And then it's a tricky thing for themselves, for us, and for the building, and for everything. Then people have to be aware that the payments are the life of this building. Without money, we do nothing. We can do nothing. We go to the hole that we already are because we own a lot of money. She is not saying the word, but we're going to make a big assessment. And then it's the only way that we can retrieve or can do whatever we have to do here. We have to do a lot of things, and we have a lot of debts, and people don't pay. We're going to be.
If we do not receive the money, there is no way that we get out. There is no way. But you know what? I'm so happy for something. People has been paying. Even though they were in disagreement with this previous board, people were paying. No?
People
pay.
People are still, there are people in collection, and then once the people are in collection, we don't get the money. Whatever they have to pay, they have to go to the agency or wherever. Now we're going to have the lawyer center that. But anyway, it's a lot of fee. It's an extra payment. I said that the people when don't pay and they send to collection, whatever, not here, whatever debt that you have, it's like if you have a DUI. You ruin your life because it's you have to pay triple the amount that you start owning and the one that you don't pay, and then it's very tricky. Pay, please. Pay in advance. Pay. Don't wait to the last day. Put it to payment, and then let's see if you can say whatever you know, and then it will be very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you all. If you guys have any question, please.
Sí,
Let us-
bueno, tengo varios, ¿no?
Mhm.
Pero la investigación, a lo que se aportó, eso
No, pero eso no tiene nada que ver con nosotros.
no.
No, sí, I will explain in English, but if I can answer her. Sí, la investigación sigue.
Si quieres hablar inglés y yo entiendo inglés, lo que no
Okay. She was asking us how is the detective situation. We are not in charge of that because our time is not enough to get into that. So there is a committed group that is into that. That is moving forward. It is, and I believe we will start receiving information in January. That's what I heard. O sea, en enero ya vamos a empezar a recibir de los contables cómo esta gente distribuye el dinero.
Vale. Dos, ¿tenemos administración o se está administrando? ¿Tenemos un equipo así como antes? ¿Otra empresa?
Okay,
¿O-
we still have ASG as a management company because we are under contract. Okay, so we are continue working with them. And then we are managing all the finances. We are. I'm the one doing the deposits. I'm the one paying the bills. I mean,
Okay.
as well as Tanya and Elsa. We were doing this, okay? So basically, we are the one managing all the deposits, all the money going out,
Okay.
okay?
Y
And then we have a lady that we hired 4 weeks ago, like December. She's a manager with license, and she's been helping us part-time. Why part-time? We do not have no money to pay someone full-time there. We don't have the money.
okay. En una oportunidad cuando conocí a Raúl, que yo sí estaba desesperada, que yo te comenté, Alexandra, que yo vine un año, un día y 8 meses después del edificio estaba en la misma situación, yo contacté a la ciudad, ¿no? A ver cómo era, qué estaba de aprobado esos dibujos bonitos que estaban acá, que había aprobado, y solamente conseguí que lo único que realmente estaba aprobado eran los 51 puestos de estacionamiento, 51. Nada de eso estaba aprobado, todo era una fachada, ¿sí? Y ahí fue que yo contacté a Mike para que me explicara, y la verdad es que él no me supo explicar nada. Ahora bien, eso es pasado. Estoy a la orden por estos 3 días o lo que sea, bueno, lo que sea no, yo me voy el 23, pero yo quisiera ponerme a la orden para, en cuestión, mi fuerte son los planos, pues, ¿sí? Entonces, si quieren, no sé cómo han canalizado el tema del proyecto, pero me pongo a la orden para evaluar el edificio.
¿Tú eres arquitecto?
Sí, evaluar el edificio, o sea, ver qué realmente ellos hicieron, ver los planos, o sea, asegurarme de qué porcentaje hay de avance en lo que ellos habían hecho, ¿sí? Podemos incluso, por lo que pasa es que claro, yo no tengo idoneidad aquí, pero ver cuál es realmente
Consejería puede ser.
sí, cuáles eran los reportes que presenta el edificio para estar 100% activo para la evaluación de los 50 años.
De certificación.
Ajá, de la certificación, que ustedes me guíen y yo reviso.
Okay.
Perfect.
I wanna explain to them because they don't speak Spanish. So basically, what she's saying is that she lives in Panama and she's an architect, and she is willing to help out. She went to the city. When she came back, ¿cuánto hace que vino? Como last year, ¿no?
Sí.
And she went into the city and she was looking out of all of those beautiful draws that we are able to see in the outside. She wanted to find out what was approved. And it happened that the only thing that is approved is the parking lot for 51 cars, no? 51 or 56 cars. So only one floor. So she was asking Mike what happened, what's going on, but she never had any straight answers. So basically, she is offering herself. She doesn't live here, but she's offering herself. And I want to ask you, Marina, that since you are leaving on the 23rd, we do have an important meeting this coming Monday with with the construction planner, for the parking lot. So if you can be with us this coming Monday, we will really appreciate, because this, we want to tell you something. We're not lawyers. We are not architects. We are not engineers. We only have a big heart, and we want to work it out for the building.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so that's what we want to do. So all the gifts that you guys have, and you can present it and help this building out, please, thank you. Thank you for whatever you know, whatever you can contribute, we will really appreciate so much.
For free, has to be for free.
This is the treasure. This is the treasure.
For free.
So anything on Monday, we will talk about it. On Monday we have actually 2 big appointments that we might need. Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
¿A qué hora?
Una a las 12 y el de
Bueno,
las
yo estoy de vacaciones.
a las 12.
I think that you have to come before.
Yeah.
You have to come before.
A little bit before, so you see the plans and everything that is in the office.
¿Recuerdas que yo le pedía los planos y
I
me
went-
hicieron
I
llenar
went-
una forma?
I
y
went
nunca
with
me
her to
llegaron
the
los-
city, actually, I went with her to the city to revise, actually it was this year when you and I went into the
Yes.
city, yeah, to revise the
Y
plan.
luego le pedí los planos a
Stephen,
Stephen y nunca me respondió. Nunca.
yeah, she requests for the draws and he never get back to her. Okay, any other questions?
Okay.
If you play the lotto and you win the lotto, please share. Because we need money. All the problem that we have here is about money.
We
Only
are
that.
working hard to open that other elevator. Hopefully,
Money.
soon, but it's money, but soon, that's one of our priorities, okay? Any other questions?
Well, everybody, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, and Merry Christmas. And hopefully 2020 will be a great year for Bayshore.
Well,
Okay.
and put your little pig to work because we are going to need money. Really?
All right, thank you so much for being here, we really appreciate your presence, thank you.
Thanks for the help.
Gracias por estar aquí, muchas gracias.
Thank you, everybody.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.